Welcome to Who Died Today, a heartfelt tribute to the legendary musicians who touched our lives and left an indelible mark on music history in 2024. Today we honor those icons whose melodies will forever resonate in our hearts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a tribute to the greats who shaped our world. Stay with us as we celebrate the extraordinary lives of Quincy Jones, Kris Kristofferson, Sergio Mendes, and more. Let's remember their music, their struggles, and the legacies they leave behind. David Sanborn. On May 12, 2024, the music world lost a true pioneer when David Sanborn, the saxophonist whose soulful sound redefined jazz, R&B, and pop, passed away. Sanborn's music wasn't just heard, it was felt. Born in Tampa, Florida, David battled polio as a child, a challenge that shaped his resilience and fueled his passion for music. Doctors recommended he play the saxophone to strengthen his lungs, but little did they know this would ignite a lifelong journey that would change music history. David's career was extraordinary, blending jazz, blues, and pop into a sound uniquely his own. Albums like Voyeur and Double Vision earned him 6 Grammy Awards and a loyal global following. He collaborated with legends like Stevie Wonder, James Taylor, and David Bowie, his saxophone lending soul to their timeless hits. Despite his success, David remained deeply humble. "Music is therapy," he once said. "It's how I've lived and healed." His wife Susan shared, "David always believed his saxophone could tell stories words couldn't." Beyond the stage, he championed music education, quietly funding programs for underprivileged children. Sanborn's iconic phrase, "Music should touch something deep inside you," asks us, what soundtracks are we creating in our lives? Steve Lawrence. June 15, 2024 marked the end of an era with the passing of Steve Lawrence, the crooner whose smooth vocals defined a generation. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Steve's journey to stardom began humbly, singing on street corners and dreaming big. Alongside his wife and lifelong duet partner, Eydie Gormé, Steve became one half of the beloved duo Steve and Eydie, charming audiences with their timeless hits like "Go Away Little Girl" and "This Could Be the Start of Something Big." His works have generated America's largest dancer. Steve's warmth extended beyond the stage. His son David shared, "Dad wasn't just an entertainer, he was our rock, our guide, our laughter." Though he reached dazzling heights in music, television, and film, Steve never lost sight of what truly mattered: family. Later in life, Steve bravely faced Alzheimer's disease, a battle that showcased his resilience and the deep love of those around him. His iconic quote, "The real music is made in the moments you share with the people you love," resonates deeply now. As we honor Steve, we reflect, what melodies do we share with those closest to us? Sergio Mendes. When Sergio Mendes passed away on August 2, 2024, the rhythms of Brazil lost one of their greatest ambassadors. Born in Niterói, Brazil, Sergio blended samba, bossa nova, and pop into a global phenomenon. With his band Brazil 66, Sergio brought songs like Mas Que Nada to the world stage, infusing them with joy and vibrancy that transcended language. Sergio's music was more than entertainment, it was a celebration of life and culture. "Music is a bridge," he once said. "It connects hearts." His collaborations with artists like Herb Alpert and will.i.am bridged generations, proving the timelessness of his artistry. His wife, Gracinha Leporacci, who performed alongside him for decades, reflected, "Sergio's music was his gift to the world, but his love for family was his greatest treasure." Offstage, Sergio was an advocate for arts education in Brazil, quietly funding programs to nurture young talent in underserved communities. His philosophy, "The rhythm of life is in the heartbeat of the music," reminds us to embrace every moment. What rhythms define your life? Wayne Kramer. On September 22, 2024, the punk rock world lost a revolutionary spirit when Wayne Kramer, co-founder of the MC5, passed away. Wayne wasn't just a guitarist, He was a force of nature. Born in Detroit, Michigan, he channeled the city's grit and energy into anthems like "Kick Out the Jams," songs that sparked rebellion and inspired generations of musicians. Wayne's life was a testament to resilience. After battling addiction and serving prison time in the 1970s, he emerged as a fierce advocate for prison reform, using music as a tool for healing and justice. His wife, Margaret, shared, "Wayne believed in second chances. He always said, 'You're not your mistakes, you're what you do after them.'" A lesser-known fact about Wayne is that he was an accomplished visual artist, creating powerful works that mirrored his music's raw emotion. His legacy is one of courage and conviction, a reminder to us all to fight for what we believe in. His famous words, "Kick out the jams and kickstart your life," challenge us. What would you fight for with everything you've got? Toby Keith. The world grew quieter on August 24, 2024, as the warm, unmistakable voice of Toby Keith left us. Toby wasn't just a country music icon. He was a man of the people, a storyteller whose words captured the struggles, triumphs, and heart of America. His music wasn't written for fame. It was written for the working man, the soldier far from home, the single mother finding strength in her morning coffee. Toby's songs weren't just played. They were felt deep in the bones of anyone who had ever walked a hard road and kept going. Born in Clinton, Oklahoma, Toby grew up with the values that shaped him: grit, faith, and family. Before he became the star we knew, he worked in oil fields, played in bars, and chased dreams that seemed too big for a boy from small-town America. But those early days gave his music the authenticity that made hits like "Should Have Been a Cowboy" and "As Good As I Once Was" so unforgettable. Despite his larger-than-he persona, Toby's heart was rooted in his family. His daughter Crystal shared, "Dad taught us that strength isn't about being tough, it's about being true." He never let us forget that love is the most important thing. Behind the scenes, Toby faced a private battle with stomach cancer. Even in his toughest moments, he found ways to give back, writing lullabies for his grandchildren and leaving behind personal notes for his family to cherish. One of the most poignant moments came when his family asked fans to light candles in his memory. That night, skies across the nation glowed, each flame a testament to the lives Toby touched. His famous words, "Don't compromise, even if it hurts to be yourself," feel especially profound now. Let's ask ourselves, what are we holding back? And how can we honor Toby by living our truth? Phil Lesh. On October 19, 2024, the Grateful Dead community and the universe lost one of its brightest lights. Phil Lesh wasn't just a bassist. He was an innovator, a seeker, and a cosmic interpreter of music. To those who followed the Grateful Dead, Phil wasn't merely a musician. He was the heartbeat of a movement that transcended generations. Born in Berkeley, California, Phil's love for music started early, shaped by classical training that gave his bass lines an almost otherworldly depth. As a member of the Grateful Dead, he transformed songs like "Box of Rain" into spiritual experiences. Written for his dying father, the song captured the fragility of life and the resilience of love. Phil's life was as rich as the music he created. A devoted environmentalist, he once bought land in California to preserve its natural beauty. His wife Jill said, "Phil found inspiration in the stars, in the trees, in the small moments that most of us overlook." His music was his way of saying thank you to the universe. After surviving a liver transplant in 1998, Phil became an advocate for organ donation. His gratitude for a second chance inspired countless fans to give the gift of life. Yet he remained humble, often retreating to quiet nights with his family, staring at the cosmos he loved so deeply. His words, "Music is the voice of the cosmos," remind us of the universal connection we all share. What melodies do we carry in our hearts, and how can we share them with the world? John Mayall. When John Mayall passed away on November 14, 1924, the world lost a pioneer, a man whose music was raw, honest, and alive with the spirit of the blues. Born in Macclesfield, England during the Great Depression, John grew up in a world that demanded resilience. His father, a guitarist, introduced him to music, and by the time John was a teenager, the blues had claimed his soul. John's contribution to music is immeasurable. As the founder of the Blues Breakers, he didn't just play music, he nurtured it, mentoring legends like Eric Clapton and Mick Fleetwood. But his legacy isn't just in the careers he launched, it's in the authenticity he brought to every note he played. His daughter Gazelle shared, "Dad believed the blues wasn't just music, it was a way of surviving, of feeling deeply and living honestly." A lesser-known fact about John is that he was an accomplished painter, finding solace in landscapes when words and chords couldn't express his feelings. In one of his rare interviews, he said, "The blues are a way of life. They're how you face the pain, but also how you celebrate the joy." As we reflect on his life, we might ask ourselves, how do we face life's blues, and what beauty can we create from them? Dickey Betts. On September 6, 2024, the spirit of Southern rock dimmed as Dickey Betts took his final bow. A founding member of the Allman Brothers Band, Dickey's guitar wasn't just an instrument. It was his voice, his soul, and his way of telling stories that words alone couldn't capture. Born in West Palm Beach, Florida, Dickey's life was steeped in the kind of struggles that make for great art. From his early days playing in dive bars to his battles with addiction and legal troubles, Dickey's journey was as complex as the man himself. But through it all, his music remained a beacon of hope. Songs like Jessica and Rambling Man are timeless, a testament to his ability to turn chaos into beauty. After suffering a stroke in 2018, Dickey found a new form of expression through painting. His wife Donna shared, "Dickey never stopped creating. When his body failed him, his spirit found another way to shine." His famous words, "You don't play music, you live it," challenge us to ask, are we living our own music or just going through the motions? Kris Kristofferson. Kris Kristofferson's life was a song, one filled with love, loss, courage, and redemption. When he passed away on October 11, 2024, the world lost a poet, a philosopher, and a man who wasn't afraid to risk everything for his art. Born in Brownsville, Texas, Kris defied expectations at every turn. A Rhodes Scholar, he turned his back on a life of comfort to sweep floors in Nashville, chasing dreams that seemed impossible. Those dreams became reality with songs like Me and Bobby McGee and Sunday Morning Coming Down, works that captured the raw beauty of the human condition. His acting career, including an unforgettable performance in A Star Is Born, showed his versatility and depth. Kris's later years were marked by a battle with Lyme disease, a challenge that tested his strength but never his spirit. His son Jesse said, "Dad's life was proof that it's never too late to chase what sets your soul on fire." Behind the scenes, Kris quietly wrote poetry for his first wife, Rita Coolidge, long after their divorce, a testament to the depth of his love. His words, "Tell the truth, sing with passion, love with heart," leave us with a question. What truths are we afraid to tell, and what passions are we holding back? If this is us, Quincy Jones. The world of music and culture stood still on November 4, 2024, as Quincy Jones, the maestro of modern sound, passed away. Quincy wasn't just a musician, he was a visionary who reshaped the way we think about music, art, and life itself. Born in Chicago, he rose from poverty to become one of the most celebrated producers of all time, working with legends like Frank Sinatra, Ray Charles, and Michael Jackson. Quincy's journey was one of relentless curiosity and boundless creativity. He studied under Nadia Boulanger in Paris, mastering the art of orchestration and composition. His work on Michael Jackson's Thriller forever changed the music industry, proving that artistry and commercial success could go hand in hand. But Quincy's legacy isn't just in his music, it's in his humanity. His daughter Rashida Jones shared, Dad taught us to see the world as a canvas full of infinite possibilities. A gifted visual artist, Quincy often sketched portraits of the people and moments that inspired him. In his later years, Quincy became a mentor to countless young artists, sharing the wisdom he had gained from a life of triumphs and challenges. His famous words, "A big laugh is the soul saying, ain't that the truth?" remind us to find joy in the imperfections of life. As we remember Quincy, we might ask, what masterpiece are we creating with the time we have? These 10 legends remind us of the power of music, art, and authenticity. Their lives were not without struggle, but it was through those struggles that they created their greatest works. As we celebrate their legacies, let's reflect on our own. What songs, stories, and truths will we leave behind for the world?